Good morning and welcome to another episode of Somebody Did Something. Now we have two special guests. We have David. Say hi, David.
Hello, thanks for having me back. Hello.
Always a pleasure. And we have Benigno.
Hey, how you doing, everybody?
Good. And like always, the star of the show, Mom. How are you, Mom?
Hello, everyone. I'm fine. Thank you.
Good. I want to start by telling everyone Happy Easter and also Happy Transgender Day.
Oh, Jesus. Don't bring that in.
Who are you talking to?
I don't know who she's
Well,
happy about Transgender Day. I shouldn't be happy. That's crazy.
well, Joe Biden, our leader, proclaimed that the 31st, what was that, Mom?
He's not my leader.
Proclaimed that the
Wait,
30,
you said Joe Biden say Joe Biden's a Democratic leader for the Democratic people or for the Democrats.
Yeah.
So don't include all of us, please. Thank you. Go ahead.
okay, but he said that the 31st is Transgender Visibility Day. So I guess this is when they're going to be visible, I guess. But it's literally Transgender Visibility Day.
Yeah, not only did he say that, they don't want the kids to put anything that has to do with religion under pictures or their eggs or anything. They cannot mention anything about religion on Easter Sunday. Give me a break. Why don't they just change the whole day or the whole thing should be transgender day, like he said, or whatever, and just forget about Easter for that day or something, because that's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. So
Well,
I don't know.
the good thing is that we're not going to have another Easter on March 31st till 2084. So
Oh, that's good.
I'm not going to be around.
And by then, we might not have any transgenders either. Hopefully.
Hot take. No transgenders in, 60 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll go
Yeah,
the
it's
way of the
crazy
smokers.
Yeah, it's crazy that they would do this now when March 31st is. It's not crazy. I think if you believe conspiracy people, this lines up with everything that they say, which is there's a movement to try to kill God, kill belief in spirituality, and just find some other thing that people are supposed to worship, whether it's science or climate change or DEI or something else. And it's like, of all years, you could have done this next year, or maybe not. But why would you pick the 31st when it's Easter, unless you have some other motives?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they do it purposely. It's purposely done to bother the Christians and to
Yeah.
other people who believe in Christ and all this. That's it.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. The LGBTQ mob that does things. They don't do it for I want it. They just do it to spite. Just to stir up other people. That's what they always done.
Right.
And I agree with you because it's like, okay, if we really do care about transgender and blah, 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 and being accepted, why are you going to do such a ridiculous day on Easter when it falls on Easter? You could have done April 1st. It would have been April Fool's and transgender because I think that matches perfect.
Oh, he could have waited a week and do it next Sunday. Why do we do this Sunday? There's so many Sundays and so many Saturdays in the whole year. Why they had to pick today? It's just on purpose. It was on purpose.
Yeah, and you guys got to also remember and always realize Joe Biden is just a puppet. It's the people behind him, and like I said, everybody in that White House, they're infected with that woke syndrome, and
Yeah,
they just do it. They just do it to get attention, and to what happened?
They're almost all transgender or gay or lesbian or anything. You got
Yeah,
You got the little girl lady that talks that looks like a black raggedy doll, and you got Obama, you got Michelle behind, you got everybody else transgender.
Well, talking about being woke and the whole thing being woke going broke, we have a broken bridge. Any thoughts on what happened there, Benigno? Hello, should I put my cricket sound now?
Well, I don't know what happened to Benny, but I could tell you that was purposely done. Because I saw the video again and again and again, and that thing turns and it's going straight, and it turns. The motors come on, the black smoke comes out from the motors at full force, and it hits it. So that was purposely done. I don't care what anybody else says. I think it was purposely done. It was no accident. It was a cyber attack.
Yeah, when you look at the video, you just see it and it makes this turn. It's going not towards the pillar, and then it turns. It's like, wait, if you regain power, why would you use that power to turn the ship into the pillar? You were already going away from the pillar.
Just made a beautiful turn perfectly.
Well, I mean, I don't know. We know that sometimes shit happens. Like when you see a car crash and you're like, okay, you could have gone off the road at any moment between here and here, but no, you happened to get off the road right where there was a sign. And if you would have gotten off the road a little bit before, a little bit after, you wouldn't have hit it just that specific spot. So maybe it's one of the situations.
Yeah, but I think what's different here is they knew before they got into that situation that they were losing power, and they were already throwing out the Mayday signals. This is the story that we hear so far. So, I think if they had lost power right as they were about to pass the pillar and then turned into the pillar, like that would be one thing. But once you're already in the emergency scenario and the boats are not moving at 100 miles an hour, then, I don't think that applies here, because it wasn't like the creation of the accident where the coincidences occurred. It was like you already are in the emergency mode trying to avoid the thing, and then you turn into it. It's the same thing.
Yes, they absolutely did. It was a cyber attack. They did it purposely. Whoever did it, somebody did something and made it happen. That's it. And they're going to continue doing stuff like this. When stuff could happen to destroy the United States, people don't you get it already?
Death to America by 1,000 little cuts, huh, Mom?
That's what it is. Yes. They can't do it otherwise, so they have to do it like that.
I don't know. I'm still waiting. I'm still gonna wait and see, because it still could have been just a fluke.
Well, isn't part of it that they're saying that there's the recorder, the black box for the ship, whatever that thing is called, that there's 2 minutes and whatever missing, and that just happens to be the exact couple minutes that led up to the accident?
Hold up. Yes, David, I understand. I hear you. I agree with you with the whole, it took too long for it to just suspiciously turn to the bridge when they were in the middle of an emergency, especially if they knew the emergency was happening. 6 minutes to avoid hitting the bridge, and it looks like they really just turn in those 6 minutes to hit the bridge. Benny, your thoughts?
The audio recordings, I don't know if you guys heard the audio recordings of the captain talking to the port authorities.
Mom did.
Supposedly they lost control, and something was going on with the control of the ship. And right before the ship, because when you see the videos, a lot of people speed it up, and it looks like the ship it looks like the ship is like purposely going into the bridge. It did go into the bridge. It is purposely, because out of that whole big gap, why hit right there? But if you notice, if you see the video, like actual slow down, like normal speed video, it gave them time to stop traffic from each side of the bridge and try to take as many people as off the bridge. Right before the ship hits the bridge, you see a black cloud of smoke come up from the boat, from the ship, and that was they were trying to start up the auxiliary power, and it's like a big diesel tank or engine tank, or a big diesel engine that they try to start up. That's that big cloud of smoke, but that didn't work. It was an old fucking ship. The ship, and they never expect that emergency. But if you look at the normal speed video, you'll see that it takes a while. It gave them enough time to stop traffic on both sides, but it didn't give them enough time to get those 6 workers that were working on the bridge. By that time, it was too late for that. But it gave them time to stop the cars on each side, and to stop traffic on a bridge, it takes a while. It ain't like hey, stop traffic, everybody stop. No.
Yeah. So do you think it was done purposely, or do you think it was an accident?
I think this was an accident.
Okay, I do too. Okay.
I think it was done on purpose.
Okay. So we have 2 people that believe that it was done on purpose, David and Mom, and then you and I think it was an accident. Well, I guess we will see. I think once the lawsuits start flying out, especially from the 6 workers, the insurance companies will investigate, and if it was an attack or it was done on purpose, the insurance will let us know, because insurance is not going to pay.
I got a question. What was so important about that bridge? Did that bridge cut off energy supply, or did that bridge cut off? It's a difference if they would have hit the San Francisco Golden Bridge, or they would have knocked down the Brooklyn Bridge, or something of that magnitude. But if you notice, that bridge was only a 2-lane bridge, and it wasn't a monument. It wasn't a big important bridge to cut off electricity or power, or make major destruction or major chaos. Because right now, the world hasn't stopped. People from both sides of that bridge haven't been like, oh, let's mourn like 9/11 or what happened in Russia with those fucking with those terrorists that they're getting their ass whooped. It ain't something like that, or it wasn't a bridge that was like a oil pipeline. You know how some bridges have the oil pipeline underneath to stop. It wasn't something that huge, that big. It wasn't a big bridge.
Like
that's why. It wasn't an important bridge.
It wasn't about the bridge. It's about what comes through there that now cannot get through there.
That's what I don't know.
Through there, and it's a lot, and it's going to take them a lot of time unless they get their hands on it to fix it, to take all that from under the water out.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know what waterway is that. That's why I'm saying for right now, I think it's an accident. I don't know what how important that waterway is, because I haven't listened to all the videos and haven't looked into it. But as of right now, for me, as it is for the people that were on the conversation back and forth, they seem calm. They seem it ain't like if it was like a terrorist attack that you hear people, oh, they attacked us, oh my God, no, they seem calm. They were trying to fix the situation, and they were trying to avoid the least damage that can happen to life. If you see them, hey, stop traffic on one side, stop traffic on the other. But I don't know the importance of the waterway. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, that's one of the most important waterways there is. To bring in
so if it's that, yeah, I can see. If it's that, I can see that that the
was a cyber attack because they did it on purpose.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you guys hear the CEO of that company suddenly died like 6 or 7 weeks before this accident?
Yes.
And it was this female. And she is the sister-in-law of Mitch McConnell.
Yes, and her Tesla put itself in reverse and went into a lake.
Yes, that's what happened. The Tesla. David, don't park your car near no fucking water.
I'll keep this in mind. I won't drink 3 times the legal limit and then be on the phone and try to park near a body of water late at night.
Yeah, but the thing is that
it ain't the first.
She wasn't drunk. They drugged her. They said they drugged that lady. They wanted to kill her for some reason.
It ain't the first because remember, there's another. I don't know because the news that I said there's another incident of an elderly lady, and they can probably say because she was old, she know what the hell she was doing, but the car automatically went in reverse, and she also passed away because of an accident.
Oh, Jesus.
You mean the Tesla can't detect, hey, there's water, I'm not supposed to be here, and move forward?
Yeah, it can detect people 3 miles away, but it can't detect water in the back of the bumper.
So I think that was purposely done. But that one with that lady, that was purposely done. But you hit a point on the Russia thing. The latest I heard, it was UK, the United States, and Ukraine who did this. So we got to be careful of what's going to happen now. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they figure that out, but they figured that out. And who said it was a big top guy from Russia. Okay. That they were the people involved in this shooting and massacre and killing that happened.
Wow.
So,
all right. So a few facts here about the Baltimore port. It's the 3rd busiest in our country, at least this is information that I'm finding. Yeah. It transports more than a quarter of the coal that gets spread across the country comes out of that port. Yeah. So the bridge being down, all of that stops. Mm-hmm. And there's already companies coming out. You know, the big ones that came out kind of right away were the car manufacturers coming out and saying, hey, this happened. This is going to impact our deliveries. This is going to impact our ability to get our cars to where they need to be, especially on the East Coast. We're working on alternate plans. But the impact is already starting. And with the timelines that they're talking about, 10 years to rebuild, who knows how long to clean it up. Right. You know, I think on the bigger scale, the impacts are going to be the jobs, the things that, you know, if you're not selling cars, you're not going to make cars, so they're just going to sit. And then does that mean people get laid off or furloughed, so on and so forth? And it just maybe has bigger impacts than the immediate that you would see if it was just a gas pipeline or something else like that.
Yeah, it's going to have a ripple effect on everything they said.
Well, touching in something, I know that Tesla owners could suggest, make suggestion on the Tesla app so Tesla could update their system. David, as a Tesla owner, can you please send a suggestion for the car to detect water and move away from it?
Move away from it directly. Yeah, as a Tesla owner, I would say if I was trying to drive off the road, my car would try to stop me. I haven't ever tried to drive in the water, so I don't know what it would do, but I can definitely send a message to Elon.
Perfect. I love it. And talking to Mom's point about Russia being involved with the Ukraine thing, I don't know about that, but I know all of us have heard about the Russia terrorist attack that happened at the concert hall. And my thought on that is, who the heck messes with Russia? Did you see how they left those people?
Yeah.
Well, good for them. Good for them.
They freaking cut their ear off and fed it to one of them.
Exactly. They pulled the nails out with little pliers. But like I said, they said that the people in back of that murder thing that happened was UK, the United States, and Ukraine, and they got the proof. So I believe it because it was the United States who went under the water and cut off that pipeline.
Yeah.
the beginning. Remember at the beginning? So yeah, United States is doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I believe that.
I tend to believe that the United States was involved because, again, who in the right mind messes with Russia? Because I think Russia is one of these countries you don't want up your ass, right? You could do it with the United States because the United States, what we'll do, we'll give you lawyers, feed you 3 times a day, and then you get off on a technicality. But Russia, I mean, they were just paying, like it came out that they were offered $5,000 United States dollars for them to do this. To mess with Russia, I don't know. I don't think anyone in their right mind will want to mess with Russia other than the US and the UK right now. I mean, yeah, the UK and Ukraine. David, Benny, do
Well, and
you
if you've
think?
ever seen,
Uh-huh.
well, I think Mom is hitting on all the conspiracy gold mines around here. So if you've ever seen, think of all the action movies that we've ever seen with Steven Seagal and Captain America, and who is always on these ships? What do you think? Who's always on these big ships when they jump on and save and fight people? It's
The
always
Russians?
Yes, it's always the Russians. So we mess with the Russians. Allegedly, a ship hits a building or a bridge.
Yes,
Is there a connection? I don't know.
it's a cyber attack. Who knows? Maybe they did it.
Now, the ship, where was the ship from?
Mm.
Well, it was
Because it's a cargo ship, but these ships come from overseas. I thought it was a regular little boat, but when I saw the picture, it's a cargo ship, and these ship usually comes from across the other side of the world. Where is that ship from, and where is the company
I
from?
think
Because
it was coming from coming or going to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka or something like that. Yeah. I don't know if it was coming or going, but that's what they said. That's what I heard.
because I know the CEO was that female. I think she's Oriental, and I don't know if she was Oriental or Hawaiian because she looks Oriental in the picture. Asian.
We're not supposed to
So-
say Oriental.
If she was the CEO, the company is an overseas company. It's not a company from here. The owners of that cargo ship. And
Yeah.
now we got to know where did that cargo ship dock before it came to the United States, or where it was going, and who was the crews on it? What nationality was the captain of that ship?
Yeah. Who knows?
But like I said, they were talking normal. It wasn't like, oh, we lost power. Something happened. Our engine just blew up. A bomb blew up or something. No, they lost power, and they were trying to fix it while the ship was slowly going to the bridge.
Yeah, I know Mom said that she heard it and there was no sense of urgency from either side, the people receiving the
Yes.
news and the people giving the news.
Yeah,
And it was just-
the guys were calling, listen, there's going to be an accident pretty soon, something like that. And can you get to the people that are working and say, oh, well, let's see who gets there. Let's see if we have a way to get there. No, listen, call them now. Oh, and they said, oh, go hurry up because, oh, I'm sorry, it already happened. It already hit it. Too late for them. I heard that. I said,
Oh yeah,
holy
I
cow.
heard it.
No emergency, no fast, no hurry up, no call, nothing. Just let's do this, and that's it.
I
But you
wonder-
know
look
why?
at the
You know why they was
Look at the time. Look at the time, people. They happened at 1:45 in the morning, 1:25. By 8 o'clock, Biden is saying, oh, or CNN is saying, it was not terrorism. It was not terrorism. It was not terrorism. How do they know it wasn't terrorism?
we can't go above what Biden says, because remember, he also said that he used to take a train through there to there, and there's no train.
Yeah, but another thing that they were saying, the bridge name was Francis Scott Key Bridge. So going back to David's theory about Russia, if it was the United States who did Russia, they said, okay, we're going to knock something that has significance to you. Not to us, because we don't care. But to a lot of people, that was a very important bridge because of the name. If you know who Francis Scott Key was.
I
That's
don't
where we get the
know,
national whatever part.
but they're probably
Yeah.
gonna rebuild it and name it Obama Bridge or something like that, knowing these people.
Oh, they better leave that name on it.
I don't know. People are
Yeah.
people, and people do crazy stuff.
Or Trump should make it real beautiful. Oh, and name it a Trump bread.
Oh, you're funny. Talking about making something beautiful. Well, this is not beautiful. This is actually horrifying. Have you heard of the new quote unquote disorder that was all over the news this past week? It's a rare disorder that causes people to see people with evil devil faces.
I don't believe that. I believe
Oh yeah.
air. They might be putting something in the air that's going to get your brain messed up, and then you're going to see people's faces, especially on the 8th of April coming up. Don't be in large crowds because they're going to throw chemical weapons to people.
I didn't think
So
about
Oh,
them throwing something.
this
Yeah.
week I read that they're gonna launch another rocket that we can be seeing from Arizona at 8 o'clock at night. It's one of these days. Another one like you saw the other day, Eva, that you recorded.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be another one. I know it's one of these days that they're launching another rocket.
Yeah.
And I saw about that.
Yeah.
I saw about the demon faces. I see the demon faces every day.
You're funny. Yeah.
Right?
But,
Is this just preparing us for demon faces? And then they're going to try to convince you, oh, you've got that illness. Like, no, that fucking guy's a demon.
Yeah.
No, you're just sick. And they're not a demon. What you saw wasn't a demon. Hey, everyone that saw that video online, it's the yellow dress, blue dress situation again. If you saw a devil face, you've got this. And everyone else that doesn't think it was a devil face, then you're normal. You're good. Talk to your doctor if you saw the devil face. Are they trying to just convince us of what's going to happen and get ahead of it to say, hey, if you see some weird stuff, you can't trust your own eyes.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because I mean, and here I go with my conspiracy theory connecting the dots. Okay, we have a prophecy that says that this is supposed to be the last pope. We have a prophecy that says that the Messiah is supposed to come when the red heifer sacrifice happens, and the red
The
heifer,
7 red heifers.
yeah, the red heifer sacrifice is supposed to happen, I think, today. Then we have
All right.
this, that's supposed to usher the Messiah. Then we
Well, let me
have
go to the supermarket and get some beer. I don't want to die sober.
Stay away from redheads.
Stay away from redheads, especially 7 of them.
Oh, Jesus.
then we have all this quote unquote aliens that are coming and not coming, all these sites that we're seeing, right? Whatever. Remember what happened in Florida at the beginning of the year that had all the cops there, but it was kids apparently doing something.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't kids. Something happened.
Well, and there's part of the conversation about these aliens
Right.
recently is, are they really aliens or were they always here? Another one, are they really aliens or are they the angels and the demons? And now we're just seeing them, because of the different things that are going on, which I think feeds into what you're talking about, Eva.
Exactly. And now we have news about this rare demon face syndrome that is coming up. So, yeah, it's a scary, I mean, if you believe in prophecy and all that stuff, it is kind of scary. Me, for one, I'm kind of spooked because I don't know. I mean, it's just taking religion outside. If you go with like the Chinese writings, something bad or something happens when there's an eclipse, right? They for our whole generations and generations and of people, they have always documented something significant happening when you have a progression of a lot of eclipses like back to back. And I guess this is rare because is for us at least is 7 years apart. that this is happening. So I don't know. And then this demon face thing, it's just crazy. But you know who's gonna be seeing a lot of demon faces?
Oh.
Californians, when they realize that tomorrow, fast food workers are gonna get paid $20 an hour, and that's gonna bring prices up.
I heard that.
I think people are gonna be livid because I don't know. I don't know why people do not understand. Hey, if I'm paying you $20 an hour because you try to stick it to the greedy companies that could afford to pay you $20 an hour, and all of a sudden you're gonna think this greedy ass companies are gonna be like, oh, I'm paying $20 an hour. Oh, I'm going to lose money because I'm so greedy. No, dummies. They're just going to raise the prices because they're still greedy.
Yeah, but your segues this show are on point. The human faces, I did not expect that twist. But I think it's two impacts, right? And it's like, are you thinking about tomorrow, or are you thinking 5 years down the road when you're trying to plan out your life? And these companies are not idiots. These are business people that built these companies. They know how to work around laws. So I think an immediate thing that you can see is, okay, well, if I have to pay my people the equivalent of another person's worth of salary, then, hey, I might have to get rid of a person. So there's actually going to be less jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Or, hey, there's already a bunch of restaurants and companies trying out AI and trying out these robots. I was on a road trip recently, and I went to 2 McDonald's along the way because that's where I had to stop. And each McDonald's, the people there would not take the order. You had to go to a kiosk and order your food.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That robot's not going to pay $20 an hour. So
it's happening here.
They're just going to replace another one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening here. I walked into McDonald's the other day, and I stood in front of the cash register, and the lady comes and says, "Oh, you have to order over there in that little kiosk thing." I'm like, "Well, you're right here. Take my order." And it took, and you know what? It's not only the company's fault. It's the lazy ass people too. Because she looked at me, she's like, "Really? I take your order?" Now I don't know if she knew how to take the order or not, but it's us too. We think that the technology makes our life easier.
Yeah.
It's gonna come and bite us back. It's gonna bite us in the ass hard.
Yeah. So
I had the same experience. I mean, the lady was there. It was a lady and a guy, and they were both there. They were not doing anything. So they were up there. It's not like they were in the back making burgers and flipping fries. They were there, and I walked up because I'm like, oh, they're here. They must be taking, the normal stuff, because I've been to ones like that before where I know if there's no one up front, okay, I just go to the robot. But I walked up, and they're like, oh, no, you order over there. And I had the same kind of thought, like, well, you're right here. You are not doing anything. I walked in for at least 45 seconds from when I saw through the window you were up here till I made it all the way up here, and you have not moved, you have not left, you have not gone to do anything else. But you're going to tell me to go to the robot. Like, do you even realize what you're doing to yourself?
No, people don't realize what they're doing to themselves. And I don't know if maybe we'll know here a month, 2 months, 5 years down the line on what exactly is going to happen because they're paying so much. But I'm telling you this, I don't see people paying $20 for a number one at McDonald's. You just can't do it. Like right now, this with inflation, it's just ridiculous. The other day I went to buy a burrito at Taco Bell, and it was $6.38 for freaking refried beans. God knows what meat they put, lettuce and tomato, which they didn't do it right. Anyway, but that's another story.
Taco Bell never does it right.
Exactly. But at what point are people just going to go, hey, I'm not going to buy you anymore? And then these people that were clamoring to get paid more because they deserve to get paid more because they're flipping a burger, then they're not going to have any jobs. They just
but as of right, find the jobs.
As of right now, the people that are at McDonald's want to get paid. I'm not just pointed out McDonald's, all these fast food restaurants, they want to get paid more money. But actually, if you really, really look at it right now, they're doing less work than what the people used to do before.
This is true.
They want to get more money doing less work. When that's what it's doing. The government is grooming us to be idiots, not think by on our own 2 feet, and making it to be like that. You know, it took her like a good 2 or 3 minutes to find out to get me a double fish fillet. She didn't know how to do it, but I bet you I go to the computer and I would have put double fish fillet, boom, instantly. I would have had it.
Well, I guess that's a good thing. That a computer, you could tell it exactly what you want and you cut out the idiot in the middle, right? Like you're going to put no pickle and the computer's going to say no pickle. So you're not going to have that situation where you said, oh, you did say pickles, or no, it's written down on the computer. So you know exactly what you said. So that might be good. But to your point that people want to pay more and work less, did you hear about the 32-hour work week bill that's going on? That they're trying to make the work week just 32 hours, but you still need to get paid the same, but you will work less and stay home
Don't they
more.
do that? Didn't they do that shit in one Asian country? There's a country that you can only work 32 hours a week or some shit like that.
Yeah, there is a country out there that is doing this, but it's a bill where you're supposed to just work 32 hours, still get paid the same, in order to allow people to be less stressed and in order to create more jobs, because then you have to hire more people to cover the other hours. Yeah, I haven't heard that.
No, I don't think that's gonna work, because the people that have jobs right now, the people don't want to work right now.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to stay home and get paid. And the government wants to do it because more people work. It means more taxes for them. More taxes mean more money they can put in their pocket and send to other countries.
I can see that. I, for one,
not just taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not just taxes, but also then what you're feeding is the dependency on outside assistance.
Yep.
It's just like the $20 an hour employee for jobs that don't create $20 an hour of value. These businesses are going to figure this out. There's already a company, Klarna, and all these companies are just used as examples of things we're seeing. But there's already a company, Klarna, that has come out and said, hey, we're using AI and technology, and we were able to service customers and replace the equivalent of 700 staff employees by using this technology. So these companies are already figuring this out.
What's the name of the company?
Find a way. Klarna, Klarna. But they're already figuring out how to cut back on their resources, and the human capital is the biggest resource. And I think we all need to be careful in how perfect we want everything to be, because eventually that perfection of, hey, this person messed up my order is going to end up at your profession. I think, Eva, even with the real estate scenario, you think about a realtor, there was a time where they added 100% of the value in the transaction. And now with Zillow and Redfin and all these other things, like the value that a realtor brings to a transaction is way down, because you can find a lot of these places yourself. So they still bring value, but the technology keeps cutting stuff out. And we just have to be careful as people to not want everything so perfect that we forget that there's people
that we're imperfect
scenarios. Exactly. And that we're imperfect ourselves. So you can kind of walk yourself into obsolescence by wanting so much perfection that you won't allow people to make mistakes, and then you end up with robots, and then eventually it gets you.
It's like David said, when you want to create chaos back in the day, the only way that you can create chaos back in the day was war, right? But that had to move a lot. That had to be a lot of money moving everywhere. Then when people started thinking, okay, war, it's stupid. War is stupid. We're in places that we don't need to be, and war was created by any little stupid reason. Then came the viruses. The viruses was less money than war because you don't have to build machines, you don't have to build tanks. All you have to do is throw a virus out there. And then after people started catching on that, the government and the people that are working behind the door, the screens, they're thinking 10 years from now. So if they create all this AI and robots and people get so accustomed to it, what's going to be the next thing to create chaos? Just flip a switch. It's cheaper than a war and it's cheaper than a virus. You flip a switch and we will implode on each other.
This is true. This is true. And on that note of we imploding on each other, we're going to let it be for today because, Mom, are you there? I think we lost Mom. I think she's famished and she has maybe left or maybe needs to eat.
No, something happened because right now, when I was talking to you guys, automatic, the second time, my phone just shut off and then I called you back.
So the government's listening in and they don't want us to speak the truth. Anyway, guys.
The AI is the AI.
I will let ya be. Ya have a great day. And then I will talk to ya later.
Yep. Love you all. Have a great day.
Love you guys.
Love you guys all.
Bye.
Bye.